Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Karkadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And I say shalom to you, Akim, out there. And this is in the news of December 12th, 2022 at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on this Thursday in the afternoon. And you got news just recently. We're here after the markets closed for today on this Thursday. And this is a news article from CNBC.com.
It's moving slow because it's fucking out there.
Yeah.
That's why I went on did what I did. But my ass in the house, fuck you. I would have been out there.
Yeah.
I was walking out there, that crazy. This shit gonna freeze up in the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like find some rags put down in here. Yeah. Those brown sound too. Let down in here. That's the red hand, goddamn. Look at this shit froze up.
Damn.
Froze up. Like you said, I gotta find your sheet.
Yeah.
Down in that one, I don't know what I did, they covered it something.
Right.
Damn, this shit freezing up, I'm telling you.
Real quick.
Ain't nobody trying to be out there, man.
Right.
Serious, that shit gonna get cold out there. Serious. The air coming through there. Shit, talking about I'll be here in 50 minutes. So you can't depend on your people, child.
Right.
Air coming through there.
Yeah.
This kills me. You won't come today and get this. That's why I said I did some white sheet.
Right.
Put that sheet up. Wrapping that cover up in here. You don't need something around there. Slip up in there. Yeah, you can feel the air. That's some red wind. Look at this. All through there.
Yeah.
Put some clothes right there, because that shit coming through there. It ain't coming from here.
Right.
Stop and wait for nothing. Now I'm coming through here. Just went down through there. Find some clothes. They ain't sitting on those people chair.
True.
Clothes put down on that floor. They're gonna take them clothes and they come.
Right.
Nah, the stick down there. Shit, you won't go out there now, bitch.
Bet she won't.
You look up from that door. You look from that. That junk don't want shit.
Salakia for the couple of minute momentarily pause. So let's talk to my OG. And you have in the news of December 22nd on this Thursday afternoon at 3:34 p.m. of the markets have closed after 3 o'clock. Well, it's 4 o'clock Eastern time over the East Coast. That's where the stock exchange be currently at in New York City. And you have right here, after the markets has closed, and you have the Dow Jones went down negative 300 points. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads, published by Sarah Min and Samantha Sublin from CNBC News.com. And this was last updated December 22nd, 4:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. And the highlight of this news article it reads for in the news of December 22nd, 2022 on this Thursday afternoon, and it reads, the Dow Jones more than negative 300 points lower as December sell-off resumes. And it says the stocks fell Thursday as a year-end sell-off, returning to Wall Street following a brief respite this week. The Dow Jones Industrial average fell negative 348.99 points, or 1.05% to 33,027.49 after falling as much as 803 points right for those past 3 or 4 days. I believe it had a good solid gain yesterday, but it's back down once again. Right, negative 803.5 points lost in those 3 or 4 days within the week of December of this new week, as of from last week and entering to this week as well too. It says early in the sessions, the S&P 500 declines to 1.5% to 3,822.39. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq Composite was 2.18% lower at 10,476.12 points. This decline follows a 526-point rally in the Dow Jones on Wednesday after a better than expected earnings from Nike and FedEx, as well as a strong consumer sentiment data for December. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq Composite surged 1.49% and 1.54% respectively Wednesday. Right, because it had increased earlier, but it had decreased a couple of hours later as the Dow Jones bill rung after 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But, however, the sales returned Thursday as investors remain concerned that further monetary tightening for central banks around the world will push the economy into recession. It says tech shares also led the losses, with semiconductor companies such as Lam Research and Advanced Micro Devices down nearly 8.7% and 5.6% respectively. It says I am leaning shortly on the equity markets. David Tech, founder of Apalisa Management, said in an interview on CNBC's Squawk Box Thursday, the upside and downside just don't make sense to me. I have so many central banks telling me what they are going to do. The stocks futures fell into their lows following the comments from the influential hedge fund manager. And it says so far in December, the Dow Jones is down 4.5%, with the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq have tumbled 6.3% and 8.7% respectively. All three major averages are slated to break a 3-year winning streak and post their worst year performance since 2008. And it says Tesla shares dropped nearly 8.9% after the automaker began to offer 7,500 discounts on some of its models, adding to investors' concern of slowing demand for electric cars. CarMax shares dropped about 3.7% after the used car retailers missed profit and revenue expectations. Micron Technology shares slipped its lock-in up 3.4% on disappointing quarterly results, which were issued late Wednesday on one-time Memo stock data AMC dropped it more than 7% after announcement. Capital rise. So yeah, as you see, the stocks have failed in many other categories of the shares, bonds, and stocks of these companies, of these CEOs. They invest their company in had a little drop sales as well too. First they had a good increase gain, now it dropped dramatically as well too. As you have the once again the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500, they all fell today, and the Dow Jones fell 300 negative 382 points. Even they had a good sales data and consumer data as well too. Then there was some type of announcement, and then that kind of react of the markets reacting as if it had earlier for a positive gain, and it dropped down to a negative gain. And they still having big concerns about entering in a recession, as I mentioned in previous videos of that, and the continuing of the interest rate increasing, which they made that announcement close to about a week ago. It went up for 0.75%. That's been the highest increase since 2007 or 2008, I believe, as the markets rally, even though they had a solid gain yesterday. Once again, it crashed once again. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying that I brought out. As you see, the Dow Jones crashed once again after they had somewhat a good solid gain yesterday, and it's back down to the negatives once again. As we was entering this new week of the markets, after last week they had a losing streak, and it carried on to this week as well too. Even on, like I mentioned before, they had a little solid gain with the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq Composite as well too. But a day later, on Thursday, December 22nd, 2022, as we see the markets crash once again, with the continuing increasing of a big concern with the recession entering 2023. You're gonna have consumer spending increasing, gas prices, oil production, and the markets will react of what's going on globally, financially, data statistic wise, and the companies and the organizations, if they have solid gains or positive gains, or any announcement comes from the federal chair of a federal tax of the stocks and bonds or stocks exchange, to see that they're going to increase the federal tax hike, and the stocks and markets react to that as well too. So we're gonna see it's gonna continue once again. We'll see what the markets will do tomorrow as well too. But as of today, the markets crashed once again. Even they had a little solid gain yesterday, but went back down once again. So with that, hope this sit-down lesson was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Akarkadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and above.